Live from the Jersey Shore to the world. Get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Take the show wherever you go. Download the free Radio Pup app for your smartphone or tablet. Join the conversation. 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning and welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 6:09, give or take 3 minutes on the Radio Pup app. It is Friday, February. Why do I keep saying February?
Man, you're just
October 14th, 2016. I don't want to be in February. It is about 44 degrees outside. It is a beautiful day, so make sure you get up, get out, and do something. And speaking of getting up, getting out, and do something, early this morning, we are joined this morning by Danielle Bagdzinski. There's my butchering of last names, so I decided not to butcher it, of Shall We Dance? And we are going to talk about ballroom and Latin dancing and all types of dancing. So good morning, Danielle.
Good morning, Phil. How are you?
Good, and I have to say thank you very much.
Oh, you are welcome.
You know, if this was on TV, which we're not, thank God, because then I'd have to get dressed in the morning. I am wearing a purple? Blue?
Purplish blue.
Purplish blue.
Up to interpretation.
Okay. Boa, which is actually very soft on my skin. It feels very good this morning. I'm getting used to it. I'm going to continue to wear it all morning and see what happens.
It looks nice on you,
It looks spectacular on you. It
Thank
really
you.
does.
Really brings out the color of my brown eyes, right?
Absolutely.
And Danielle brought it to me because she had heard from Kelly Fliller of the Jay and Linda Grunin Foundation that we will be dancing next May.
Right.
At the Caregivers fundraiser.
Right.
So I do thank you, and we will have
You're
to now
welcome.
work this into our dance routine.
That's great.
Yeah,
I'll feel a little part of it. That's very special.
Yes, it'll be very good. So again, welcome this morning. You're
Thank
here.
you.
You were here bright and early.
Yes.
Is this a usual wake up time for you?
Not really.
Said with a smile.
Okay.
Not really.
No, I was excited to come on the show and be here, and I had my coffee, so I'm good to go.
Just one cup?
Just one cup.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm already on cup number 2, but I need to get cup number 3 going soon.
Yeah.
So, dancing.
Yes.
Passion.
Yes.
How did it start?
So I actually started dancing later in life.
Later in life, you're still only 20.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
Later in life. I always love people who say that later in life, and they're a lot younger than me. I'm like, what is later in life?
No, I'm not as young as you might think, but I did start in my early 20s is when I actually started dancing. And it's a funny story. Went to Shall We Dance. A friend invited me to come we have what they're called studio socials. So students can bring friends, family, guests that kind of want to learn what the studio's about. I've always loved to dance. Always. Did cheerleading, did the dance team, the whole thing.
Now, are you Tom Driver born and bred?
No, I actually was raised in a town in North Jersey called Kinnelon.
Oh, I know Kinnelon.
And then I bounced around from Virginia to Minnesota. So it's very random. I'm all over the place. Okay. Which is probably kind of fitting, for the dancing,
for the dance
guess.
Studio, yes.
Right. But so she said, come to the studio social at Shall We Dance. I said, okay. I said, I love to dance, but I like to, kind of do my own thing and freestyle. So I said, I don't know if it's going to be for me, but, I like dancing with the stars. And so you think you can dance. So I said, okay. So I walk in and I see these people dancing. And they just look spectacular. I was terrified. I said, I'm not stepping on the floor. Forget it. And I told her, I said, I don't want to dance. I don't want anyone to make me dance. I just want to watch. That's all I want to do. He probably doesn't remember this, but Nelson, the studio owner, he pulled me on the floor. And I can remember it clear as day. He started showing me some basic steps of the rumba. And I was hooked ever since. And now they just essentially can't get rid of me. So,
What's the movie with Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez?
I think that's called Shall We Dance.
Is it called Shall We Dance?
Yes, there's one Shall We Dance and then Dance With Me. I always mix up the two, but similar.
And he starts taking the ballroom dancing at night, and he's competing. He's a lawyer during the day. He doesn't tell anybody.
Right.
And so it's always, I've seen that movie several times. It's one of those movies that, like, if you're switching channels, it's on. It's real good.
Yeah,
it's a good story. And there's just something about the I'll use artistic beauty of ballroom dancing.
Sure.
That really, it kind of draws you in.
It does. It does. I mean, the benefits you get from it too, both physically, you're exercising, you're getting your cardio, but I think for me more so the benefits mentally. Because, you get to be creative. and you get to learn, and you're outside of your comfort zone. I mean, I certainly was, when I first started, and I think that's the biggest hurdle.
Trust me, I'm thinking about this dance competition for May, and I am far out of my comfort zone,
right?
And a little nervous about it.
But you'll be great because once you start and you start to kind of feel comfortable with it, I mean, it is so much fun. And when you're there, the reason I say I love dance too is because we all get wrapped up in our lives and work and what's going on. But when I'm in the dance studio and I'm teaching, the only thing I'm thinking about is dance. Granted, everything will still be waiting for me outside when I leave or, when you leave. But, it's just for that moment, you're so engrossed in it. It's amazing. And it's so much fun.
So in other words, it's like that great escape.
Yes.
Some people go and they're in the gym for 5 or 6 hours.
Right.
And they're trying to do the great escape. But there's TV monitors. You can't escape too much.
Right.
In the dance studio, it's you and a partner or you and an instructor, and that's it.
Yes.
So how many years you've been? Well, don't answer how many years because then we'll know your age.
That's okay. I don't mind.
How many different? So like. You walked in, you got engaged in the dancing. Right.
So I was a student before I became an instructor for many, many years. Immediately just fell in love with it. And yeah, I loved every second of it. So, I started taking lessons. Then I got involved in doing the competitions. And actually, Shall We Dance, we're hosting a competition, I should mention this, at Empire Hotel, October 21st through 22nd, so next week. Believe it or not, it's up at in Secaucus, right next to Giant Stadium.
Okay, Empire Hotel. You got me. I was like Empire Hotel. Where is that?
I think it used to be under a different name, but it's Empire Hotel now. But right next to MetLife Stadium. And competitions, I mean, they are just so much fun. I call it the dance bubble.
Right.
So you have studios from all over the tri-state area. And I think it's funny because people think it's going to be very cutthroat. It is the polar opposite. There's so much camaraderie between studios and everybody's supportive. And you just see, full costume dancing. It's so wildly entertaining.
Actually, I'm having a flashback. Great. I think in that movie, there was a lot of trash talking when they did the competition. So it's not like that?
Right. Probably not at the level that we do. In terms of studios, you have kind of two different types of studios. You have your studios that focus on the competition. And so, they'll travel all over the world and, they're very, 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 I don't want to say, serious, but, they take it to that level. We're more of a social studio. So the most important thing that we want is for our students to have fun.
Right.
So.
What's the age range of your students?
Oh, it goes from, our youngest student is probably 5.
Oh, wow.
And our oldest student is probably in her late 70s.
Wow.
So it really spans.
Now, 5-year-old, what dance are you teaching? Are you teaching a specific type of dance, or are you teaching more movements and exercise?
Actually, the younger the children, the more they retain. It's amazing. It's amazing. They can retain more than an adult. So we offer, the ballroom and Latin classes for the kids, and then we also offer the tap, the jazz, the ballet, too. So depending on, this particular student does the ballroom and Latin.
That's really cool.
And he's just incredible. He's such a joy to watch. And I get jealous sometimes, which is strange, because I said, how can you possibly remember all this, in 30 seconds when it,
it's funny
me a lot longer.
It's funny you say, because I remember when my kids were younger and you'd go to a Disney movie or any movie and it was all about the music in the background, which kept them engaged because with kids, when you have the music going, that's what they hear and they focus on and they're always dancing. They're always moving around.
Right.
So we're going to have to go to break. When we come back from break, so I got to throw my teaser out there. We want to talk to Danielle I want to talk about the relocation of the studio.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to talk a little bit more about Latin dancing.
Okay.
Okay. Because I have one picture on my mind of Latin dancing, but I don't think that's the only picture when it comes to Latin dancing. We'll be back in a moment.
Rush Limbaugh today at noon. More Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin coming up next. News Talk Radio, WOBM AM 1160 and 1310.
Good morning. Welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. It is 6:22 on Friday, October 14th, and we're continuing our conversation with Danielle Bagdzinski of Shall We Dance. When we went to break, we teased out a little Latin dancing.
Yes.
Okay. I picture completely is salsa.
Okay, right.
How close am I?
You're very close. Salsa is one of the dances we teach, and it's one of the most popular. Okay. It's one of my favorites, for sure. But, there's a lot of other Latin dances, too. You have your salsa, then you have your cha-cha. Merengue, rumba. And actually, swing and hustle are also considered in the Latin dance category.
Wow.
So,
and when people come in, to Shall We Dance, are they geared towards one type of dance, or are they really coming in and, let's say, I want to do everything?
It depends. A lot of times, Dancing with the Stars and So You Think You Can Dance was huge for the dance industry. So a lot of times we'll have people come in and say, I just want, kind of the smorgasbord of everything, and I want to, get a little taste of each of the dances. And that's really, what we gear towards for beginning students, to kind of show them all the dances. Then once they kind of do them all, they get a sense for what they like. They might say, I really like the salsa. Maybe I'm not that into the waltz. So then as they advance and, dance becomes a hobby, we can gear the program towards the dances they really want to focus on. But then again, we'll have students that come in and say, I only want to do tango. I just want to learn tango. And of course, we'll teach you tango. That's what we're here for.
I think I've seen some of them at the nightclub at the Clarion, doing the tango across the dance floor. And so we talked about when we were off air that I didn't realize that you guys had moved.
Yes, we did. Probably about, 2 months ago now.
Okay.
Time goes by. We were on Hooper Avenue in Toms River for 26 years, maybe more.
And the sign's still up, and if you need to make a left turn, you have to do the jug handle around the studio.
You can't really miss it. But yes, we have moved. Shall We Dance? We're now in Seacourt Pavilion.
Okay.
Right in between the Home Goods and the Marshalls. We're nestled right in there. The actual address is 635 Bay Avenue. So we're loving it.
And so if people want to come in, can they just come in and sign up for a class?
Absolutely.
They can also, I'm sure, call up at 732-473-9600.
Yes.
I almost butchered the phone number there.
That's okay.
And do they have packages, or can they just come in and say, hey, I want to test this out?
Usually how it works is someone will come in, they'll either call or just kind of walk in, and we'll give them, a complimentary walkthrough and teach a couple steps just to give a little taste and to tell them, what kind of different packages we offer at the studio. So what people usually start with is our sample package. Mm-hmm. So you'll get one private lesson with one of the instructors, a semi-private group class, which are always really fun. It's like 2 or 3, I say couples, but probably maybe 6 or so individual students, and we teach 2 dances during that, and then a studio social, which is the open house lesson and a party. Right,
and then like we talked a little bit about people come in before their wedding.
Yes.
So the husband and wife look like they know what they're doing on the dance floor.
Right.
The father, daughter for the first dance also.
Yeah, the wedding dances are great because, it depends on the couple. Some couples just want to come in and say, we want a couple moves just like you said, so we know we look what people think we know what we're doing on the dance floor. Right. And then you'll have people that come in like 2 weeks before and they want a really grand routine, and we put that together for them. In addition to that, we specialize in them.
Yeah, well, I got beat up last month because it was my best friend's daughter's bat mitzvah.
Right.
She put this whole entire choreographed dance to Justin Bieber. They did it together. It was beautiful.
Right.
I videoed it and put it on Facebook, and he's like, I can't believe you put my personal moments on Facebook.
Right.
He beat me up. It had over 1,500 views.
I believe it. It was probably great.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, you know what? In 4 to 5 years, you're going to look back at this and cry.
Right, and absolutely, it's a great memory to have.
Great memory connection, and dancing is a great memory.
Right.
We're going to have to go to news break right now. Okay. When we come back, we're going to talk about great memories in dancing. I want to talk a little bit about pole dancing.
Right.
Because it is something that you can do at Shall We Dance and learn about it, and talk about the present you have here for Jeremy.
Okay.
We'll be back in a moment.
Okay, great.
Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Live from the Bob Levy Broadcast Center overlooking the Toms River, it's time to get up, get out, do something. Wake up with Jeremy Grunin. Be a part of the show, 732-505-1160. News Talk Radio WOBM AM 1160 and 1310. Listen online at WOBMAM.com.
Good morning. Welcome back to Wake Up with Jeremy Grunin. I am Phil Brilliant, substituting for Jeremy this morning. It is 6:32 on Friday, October 14th, and I am continuing my conversation with Danielle Bagdzinski.
Bagdzinski.
Oh,
close.
So close.
You're very close. You're getting there.
Maybe I spelled it wrong. I'll have to look at my spelling here. Of Shall We Dance. We've been talking about dancing all morning. I'm wearing my blue-purple boa. I'm feeling very good. And when we went to break, we talked about a couple things. But one, I've always keyed in, on the sign on the side of the old building.
Right.
That says pole dancing.
Right.
Do you really teach pole dancing?
Yes, we do. And we have a sign in front of the new window, too. Yep.
Okay.
It is, I have to say, it's a lot of fun. It is a spectacular workout. You're working muscles that really, and not to sound cliche, that you never knew you had. And it's actually become one of our most popular classes. It's a fitness class.
Right.
And the instructor, Natalia, is just absolutely phenomenal. She does it, and it's an art. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, and amazing. The things that she can do, it's like she defies gravity.
Now, I'm assuming this is an all-women's class.
Yes, usually, yes.
Any guys taking pole dancing?
We have had some guys come in. They wanted to, try it out, and it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I do notice on the website it's called fitness pole dancing.
Fitness pole dancing,
so it
right.
is really a workout. And, I mean, a class like that, is that a half-hour, 45-minute class? I mean, that's got to be exhausting.
That one runs a little bit longer, only because you're not you have to take breaks in between, one, to learn the moves that you're doing, and two, to figure out where to position your legs and your arms, so you can grip the pole and, make sure that you can stay on there. So it's usually about an hour, a little over an hour.
Okay. I'm going to end this conversation. This could really go down the wrong path. But it's always intrigued me on the side of the building. And it was funny, too. I never noticed it before it was pointed out to me.
Right.
And I was like, wonder, how long have they been teaching pole dancing? Has it been a while?
For years. Yeah. I'd probably say almost 10 years now.
Wow.
It has to be.
Years.
Yeah.
So what is the most popular dance people come in and they want to learn?
Oh, boy. It's usually either salsa or tango.
Okay.
One of the two.
Two of the most popular ones.
Yeah.
Now, you have next to you a bag.
Yes, I do.
That has a special award in it.
It does. So, last year, Shall We Dance, we partnered with the Girl Scouts of the Jersey Shore to do a Dancing with the Monmouth and Ocean County Stars. Jeremy was one of our dancers, and we just love him at this studio. They still, talk about him, and Ingrid says
trust me,
hi.
A lot of people are still talking about that night when he danced.
It was great,
Yeah.
and he was great, and really helping, with the promotion of the event, and really being such a good sport and such a great advocate for the studio too.
Yeah.
Because he was very honest. He said, I'm stepping outside of my comfort zone and for a great cause too.
And it's funny too, because every time, like we were at different events and stuff like that, and there's dancing involved, I'm always like, everyone's always dragging him on the dance floor because he's a dancer now.
Right,
and
right.
He reluctantly, won't show us his moves again.
And that is really unfortunate because he did a fabulous swing. I remember it clear
did.
as day.
I have it on my phone. I could show you the video right now.
Right.
I keep it close.
We have it too on our Facebook page on Shall We Dance.
Oh,
so.
is it on? It's on your Facebook
I
page.
I believe so. I believe so.
We need to share that. So is that Shall We Dance on Facebook? Just like that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Shall We Dance, yeah.
Okay. And actually the website for Shall We Dance is shallwedanceusa.com.
Correct.
Okay, make sure you get that.
Yep.
So the trophy, I see a couple on top.
So, yes. So we can maybe call this Ingrid. Another one of our female instructors was Jeremy's partner.
Yes.
And they put together this really great swing routine for the event. So we can refer to this couple here as Jeremy and Ingrid. I'm good with that. And the listeners can't see, but on the trophy it says, Shall We Dance, Outstanding Ballroom Performance. Because we just want Jeremy to know that, even though he didn't win, he's still a champion. In the eyes of Shall We Dance. So
he is our champion every day.
Yep, exactly.
And because of that, he left you a special present.
He did?
He left you his magic wand.
Oh, boy.
To use here today.
I'm so excited.
Yep. And I know you have been here before. You know how it goes. Change any sector, unlimited resources. Use the wand in any way you want to. As the fairy dust falls from the sky, what would you do with your magic wand?
To change anything.
Anything. It's all yours. Sky's the limit.
In the world.
In the world.
Oh, boy. It's going to sound really cliche, but if I could change one thing, it would just probably be world peace or something like that. It's just, you see with everything going on, especially with all these shootings, it's just terrible, and it scares me, that especially for kids growing up now today. It really frightens me.
It's a different world than we grew up in.
Yeah, to have to raise a child now, and there's so much more to worry about. And if I could just put an end to all that, so parents didn't have to worry and they could send their kids to school, and know that they were going to be safe. Or they could let their kids go to the mall, and not have to worry. That would be a beautiful thing. Yeah. So that's what I would do with my wand, with Jeremy's wand.
Jeremy's wand. World peace and ballroom dancing.
World peace and ballroom dancing. Now that is a winning combination.
That sounds perfect. And I'm quite certain, and we've talked a little about this, that it is a workout every evening.
Yes.
And another way, I'm battling that workout. I'm not I don't go to a gym and always looking for a different way. This is a way for people to get out of all ages.
Absolutely.
And really, and the other thing too is it kind of serves two purposes. One, it's exercise, okay, but it's also social.
Exactly.
So you probably have a lot of seniors from the community.
Oh yeah, a lot of seniors come in, and like you said, it's very social. We have students, some that have been coming for as little as a month, and some that have been there for 20 plus years, almost 30 years. I've been with the studio since the beginning, and and everybody in between, and just the camaraderie. Right. And the fun that we have, it's so great. And we take that, to competition, and it's just infectious. So it's a great way to meet people.
But you can come in, and it sounds like we talked off air. You can put together a routine for somebody for like a Sweet 16 dance.
Yes, absolutely.
And different events, you said.
Yep. They can either, if they have a song, great, we'll choreograph something. If they don't have a song, we'll have some ideas, and we'll put something together. And it totally is up to the person. If you want something really spectacular, of course, we can do that.
So before we close, any of special moment where somebody came in to learn a dance to surprise somebody that you can think of?
Yes.
Quickly tell a story.
Okay, so it was at a competition last year, the Garden State Invitational, hosted by Shall We Dance, little shout out. And this student put together a waltz with her instructor for her husband. They were celebrating a milestone anniversary. It was several years. I want to say 50 or 60. Everybody, there wasn't a dry eye in the room. And I am not a crier. I really don't cry. And even it was a little misty.
Right.
It was so touching and just so beautiful, And then when you see the kids dance, they are so much fun. So you can't go wrong with the kids dancing too.
Yeah, I can only imagine that 5-year-old in a little tuxedo.
He wins every
away.
time. Every time. Nobody can compete with that.
He melts everybody.
Yep.
Let's make sure we get out all the information for Shall We Dance so people can walk in this afternoon, call up or anything. So let's go. Where are we located?
We are in the Seacourt Pavilion, 635 Bay Avenue, Toms River, in between Home Goods and Marshalls. We can find us on Facebook at Shall We Dance. Shall We Dance, yep. Website? shallwedanceusa.com. Twitter, Tumblr, yep. Twitter, Instagram. Our handle is handle's at Shall We Dance US. Want to make sure. And the phone number, the old-fashioned way. 732-473-9600. Danielle, thank you very much for getting up early this morning. Anytime. We will have to have you back when Jeremy competes again. This year, his wife Laura and Jonathan Petro are dancing at Dancing with the Stars. Those are some competitors right there. They are, and that's why I'm staying out of that competition. Right. Okay, Danielle, again, thank you very much for joining us from Shall We Dance. We'll be back in a moment.